right.
Hello, hello.
Hey Chandler,
How are you?
how you feeling?
I'm doing so good. How are you?
I'm feeling successful. Listen, if you guys don't know, I'm Cara Presley, your favorite career cheerleader, and I'm here with Chandler, RVA, Virginia native
Virginia.
from the
Yep.
7-5,
That's right. Yep. 7-5.
and
Newport News specifically.
Newport News. Shout out to 757 because I feel like it's really just one big family.
Yeah.
757 is more family with the 804 than the DMV is. I'll say that. I feel like people don't want to acknowledge
I
that,
can get behind that.
but it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks for accepting this interview opportunity.
No
We
problem.
are here with the pull up.
Mhm.
I'm here. I'm your favorite host, your favorite bite-sized interviews, just sharing people's perspectives. And let's get into it. So Chandler, growing up in the 7-5, because we know who you are now. We're going to get to that soon. But what's your favorite 757 memory?
757 memory. Man, bike paths. Bike paths back on in Riverside.
Okay.
Probably in terms of like, I grew up in Newport News, and then I left for a year, and then I came back. I lived in Williamsburg, and I was like in the outskirts of Toano. So there's like so many memories. But when I think about like, because when I say I'm from 757, I really am thinking about Newport News.
Yeah.
And I just think about being a kid riding on them dirt bikes and those bike paths back in the back
I
of
love
Riverside
that.
and all that. And I'm like,
yeah.
those are good memories. Those are good untainted memories.
Untainted. Listen, before the teenage years and whatnot. And when I think 757, I always think everybody's gonna say the beach. So I love that you shared bike paths. Let me just share that.
The beach is good too. Yeah, beach. I got a lot of good beach memories too.
How did you feel growing up though? What type of kid were you, and was this always part of the plan? Music?
It definitely was. Like, it was something that had to be, brought out of me. It wasn't something that like inherently, nobody in my family did it. There was nobody like pointing at me going like, he's going to do this thing.
Right.
But it was just the stars kind of aligned. I met friends when I was kids and whose parents had them in, music magnet classes and different things like that, and community theater and like different stuff like that. And before you know it, it was like all of that energy that, nobody really knew how to channel, was channeled for the first time. And then it just kind of became clear from there that it was the path that I was supposed to be on, whether it was music or acting or whatever.
Right. I know you went to VCU.
Yep.
How did you fare in college? What kind of student were you at VCU?
I wasn't a perfect student. I was always an extracurricular student.
Okay.
I was always trying to be involved when I was in school. Like I was in student government.
Okay.
And, I was doing all that
for
stuff.
president.
Yeah, I loved all of that. I've always been very competitive. I was a very competitive student, not so much in class, but when it came to like, just knowing my strengths and trying to be the best at the things I knew I could potentially be the best at. Like I was always striving for that, whether I succeeded in that or not. But I partied a lot too.
Okay,
so I fell flat sometimes.
I knew that was coming because if you know about VCU, if you know, you know. Yeah. I knew that was on the way. Yep. Did music play a part in school, or was it just? I know you were there for theater, right?
Yeah,
was it mainly just finding out the fundamentals, or?
Yeah, I mean, I was in a band the whole time, so I kind of split time between I would do theater at school, and then like every waking moment that I spent outside of school pretty much was in the music scene, so that's how I really got into the Richmond music scene specifically. Richmond music scene
before it was RVA, right?
Yeah.
Right.
so different than any other music scene that you'll go to. But yeah, they played equal parts.
Yeah, I vividly remember that growing up as well. Just being very equal opportunity when it came to the music. Everybody was open to other varieties.
Very collaborative. Very look where we're at right now.
Shout out to Charged Up and Noah O, who is a musical legend in Richmond. So that's what's up.
Facts.
I want to really talk about who you were before you went viral. If you guys didn't know already. Don't ask him how he did it. He just did it. It was hard. Listen, who were you before all this attention? I know you've gone viral before, but what was your day in the life like before, and how has it changed now?
Spending every waking moment trying to get to this point, for real.
Come on,
honestly,
yeah.
I feel like I have changed a lot. Obviously, just growing up, emotional maturity, all these things that make it, easier to be a resilient person. You get older and you start to become, more and more like, tough skin. And it's like, before I was doing this, though, I that's the best way I can say it. I really was trying to, I didn't know that this was going to be where it was going to land, but I was just trying to figure out like how to get to this place. How am I going to get to the place where this is my job? This is all I'm doing. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. So I was just, other than, spending as much time as I can with friends and family, it was just like eyes locked on this the whole time.
I love that. I love that for you. Like, I've had a few viral moments, not like this at all. But one thing that I learned was like the work doesn't stop, right? Like you still have to keep going. So what has going viral taught you on this journey so far?
That's when the work starts. Yep.
It's like getting signed. You don't get signed and that's it. You gotta.
No, that is the tip of the iceberg. It gets really, really hectic, really, really fast. And I was just on the Everybody Eats podcast. Shout out Everybody Eats. And I was telling them the same thing. Like if I could do anything, I would go back and put the business side of things ducks in a row. My publishing distributors, everything every little nitty gritty that people tell you that you should care about, but you don't really think it's that big of a deal.
I got $10 and I'm trying to make it work.
Exactly, and you don't think it's ever going to happen, so you don't always take the necessary steps to be ready when it does, and then it does, and you're not ready.
You're like, I got to send out the application. It takes 6 weeks to get this.
Yep.
No, I hear that. Right. Okay. Well, y'all listen up. This is why we ask, because y'all want to go viral so bad. But you gotta know what happens when it happens.
Do you feel similarly?
I did. Y'all know. Shout out to my group, Red Table Talk RVA. When the group was the first 300 people and they were all my friends, I was like, look at us doing the thing. But then when Jada Pinkett sent a video and was like, "Hey y'all in Virginia," and I was like, she knows where Virginia is. It was very exciting, but I really did see the work starts now.
Yep.
More than I ever imagined. Grateful for it, but it also doesn't stop. And if you pay a Virginia Power bill, you know that they don't care about any of your dreams. Okay, they want the money on the 10th. They don't care about your dreams or when it's gonna pop off. So I definitely understand. It's it's a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Well, there's some money flowing in. Yep. But no one cares, honestly, until it happens. Right? Yep. It's just something to realize. Yep. You're going on tour?
Yes.
What cities are you looking forward to?
I haven't been to Boston in a long time.
Shout out to Boston. Shout out to the seafood. Shout out to Legal Seafood.
Yeah,
love you up there.
I'm a big fan of the New England area.
Yeah, okay.
I've always said, like, I lived in New York for a while after leaving here the first time. Okay. And I've always said, like, if I wasn't going to live here, if I wasn't going to live there, I'd love to try to live in New England. I like it. I like the cold. I like all that stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to go back to the New England area. It's always a vibe in New York. I got 2 shows in New York coming up in June. I'm excited about. And honestly, it sounds cliche, but I am most excited to play in Richmond on the tour.
420 is going to be this weekend, so make sure y'all catch that.
Tickets flying off the shelves. I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, man. Good. How does it feel to have new fans, like people you've never met singing your words?
It's like, I say all the time, like little kid Chandler would. Little kid Chandler flips out every time he gets to get on stage and do anything.
That part, I understand that.
One person looking at me and knows the words. Right. It's like,
even when it's just mom.
Yep.
I understand that feeling.
It's so true though. It's like, you build anything and you see it, resonate with somebody, and it's like the best feeling in the world. That's high. Yeah. It's great. I'm so excited for Saturday.
Well, shout out to Richmond at the Camel 420. Make sure y'all pull up and see it. Let's see. We're gonna get ready to close this interview out soon, but I have a few more questions. Yeah. What's your favorite road trip snack?
Road trip snack. I'm a big bold Chex Mix fan.
Oh, I love Chex Mix. Shout out to the bagel bits coming back. I have not had the bold. And evidently, I need to get the
that's what it's called. It's like
I love Chex Mix
extra
though.
seasoned Chex Mix.
And I normally don't eat food with obstacles, like trail mix.
I'm not. You put that. That's funny.
Not eating chocolate and salt. I'm not doing that.
What do you do with the obstacles?
I don't do that.
That's so good.
But I love Chex Mix, so shout out to Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what you're gonna have on the road. Any other? What's your favorite candy?
Favorite candy? Oh, people hate me for this. I lost a bunch of followers when I said this the first time. York peppermint patty.
I mean, it's a classic.
People think it's like not even candy. Apparently,
it's a mature candy.
This is a breath mint with chocolate on it.
It's like an Almond Joy. No one's going for the Almond Joy or the Mound. We're not going for any of these. No. But I have a respect for them.
I love the York.
The York. It's kind of like the Andes.
Those are also
that was an exclusive candy. Yeah. See, y'all don't know anything about that. That might be a Richmond thing.
I feel like they always give them to you when you leave a Mexican restaurant.
Yes,
they do. I don't know why that is.
They want to stay fresh because you just have beans and sour cream.
Could be what it is.
I like it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the minty chocolate things. I love that. What's your favorite form of self-care? How do you get back to Chandler?
Hanging out with my friends and family. Honestly, I mean, it's like it sounds so funny. I'm not. The kind of person that wants to just like sit in a. I get anxious sitting.
I feel that
sitting, chilling in my. I
need to be doing something.
Yeah, my partner goes to work every day, and I sit at home and I'm working. But in those brief moments where I have a second, I'll be like, damn, I wish somebody was here.
What can I do?
Love hanging out with. I have a group of friends that I've been we've all been extremely close for well over a decade, and that's where I came back from. I was just with them, so that's the best form of self-care, friends and family.
I love that. Connect with your people. We don't know how long we'll have.
Very true.
You got to connect with your people.
Too true.
I love that for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
I'm excited for you. This is awesome.
I appreciate you because we're trying to give people bite-sized things.
It's great.
Because who has an hour and a half to listen to an interview? If you do, go catch him on another interview somewhere. Tell everyone where they can find you on all the social things.
At Chandler Matkins on every platform. Chandler on all the streaming services. When you get there, tour tickets at the link in my bio. 420 is going to be insane in Richmond.
At the Camel. Don't miss it. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thank you, Chandler, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now I'm his favorite career cheerleader.
It's very true.
Absolutely. I love y'all to life. Bye.